Friends, our next topic is to find moment of inertia of a disk. Now, how can you imagine a disk? See, if you take a number of rings of increasing radii, what? If you take a number of rings of increasing radii and put one inside another, concentric. Concentric means what? All should be placed at a common center. They will all have a common center. Okay? If you arrange them one inside another, the shape which you get is that of a disk. Getting it? So a disk can be imagined to be a collection of number of rings of increasing radii starting from 0 to r. Okay? So using that concept and concept of integration, what concept of integration, we will derive this moment of inertia of a disk. The derivation is lengthy and pay attention to each and every term which I explain. Okay? In the diagram I have drawn a disk. The axis of rotation is passing through center of the disk and it is perpendicular to the plane of the disk. Okay? Now the total mass of disk is m and capital R stands for radius of the disk. Okay? Here I will find the mass per unit area of the disk, and that is given by a symbol sigma. Sigma is mass per unit area. Now I know mass of the disk is capital M and total area of disk is what? Pi r square. Correct? So I get mass per unit area of the disk to be pi m upon pi r square. Okay? Keep this in mind. I have found the value of sigma. Sigma is mass per unit area. Now look at the diagram. I have told you that disk is a collection of number of rings, okay, kept concentric and having increasing radii, right? So I have considered one such ring of radius small r and thickness dr. What? Smaller is the radius and thickness is what? Dr. And let the mass of this ring, okay, the mass of the ring be given by dm. Okay, so dm stands for mass of the ring, small r stands for radius of the ring, and dr stands for the thickness of the ring. In that case, if I want to find value of sigma, I will use the formula mass of the ring upon the total area of the ring. Okay. Now here the ring is only the circumference, and circumference is given by 2 pi r into its thickness dr. So I got the value of total area of the ring as 2 pi r dr. Sigma equal to dm upon 2 pi r dr, and so I can also write this as dm equal to sigma into 2 pi r dr. I cross multiply and get this value. Okay, I got the value of dm. Now suppose I want to find the moment of inertia of the ring about the axis of rotation passing through point O. Now using the formula for moment of inertia of ring, I will write, okay, moment of inertia of ring will be m into r square. But what is the mass of the ring? Dm. Dm into r square will be the formula for moment of inertia of the ring. Now if I take integration, or if I integrate all these rings starting from radius 0 to capital R, what I get is the moment of inertia of the complete disk. I repeat, I told you disk is a collection of rings, right? If I take the summation of all the moment of inertia of the rings of increasing radii, what I get is the moment of inertia of the disk, and that's what I will do. So to find moment of inertia of disk, okay, what I will do is I will integrate moment of inertia of ring, okay, from increasing radius from 0 to capital R, okay, or I'll write this like 0 to capital R dm into R square, but I know the value of dm, so I'll substitute the value of dm as sigma into 2 pi r dr into r square. That becomes 2 pi r cube dr from limits 0 to r. Okay. Now listen carefully. We are finding moment of inertia of the disk. Mi of disk will be, I repeat, I once again write this same equation, 0 to r sigma into 2 pi r cube into dr. Sorry, 2 pi r cube into dr. Here, when you integrate this equation, the terms, constant terms should be taken out, and sigma is the density, mass per unit area. It's constant, 2 pi is constant, so that will be taken outside, and what will integrate is simply r cube dr from limit 0 to capital R. Now integration of r cube is r raised to 4 upon 4, so I get sigma into 2 pi, okay, r raised to 4 upon 4 from limit 0 to r. When I substitute the limits, values of limits r and 0, I get this as sigma into 2 pi into r raised to 4 upon 4. Okay. Here value of 2 will get cancelled definitely, and I can write this as sigma into pi r raised to 4 upon 4. Okay. Now finally what I have to do, I have to simply substitute the value of sigma which I have already written over here. Okay. For the disk, sigma is m upon pi r square. So m upon pi r square into pi r raised to 4 upon 4. Okay. I'm sorry here, I should not write 4 here. The 2, it gets cancelled over here, no? And it is pi r raised to 4 upon 2. Okay. Now after cancellation, what remains? Okay, 1 by 2 m r square. Okay, and this is the expression for moment of inertia of disk. In this way we obtain the moment of inertia of the disk with the help of integration. And what we integrate? We integrate the moment of inertia of ring from the limits 0 to r. Okay, at the center the radius is 0 and at the edge radius is capital R. So we use those limits for integration, and on integrating we get the final value. This is the moment of inertia of the disk. Okay.